In this video, we learned how to use StatCrunch to perform a chi-square test for independence. The chi-square test for independence is used to determine if there is a statistically significant association between two categorical variables. In our first example, we consider some survival data for the Titanic disaster of 1912 and perform a chi-square test for independence to determine whether or not the difference in the survival rates of three different classes of passengers is statistically significant. In this example, the data has already been summarized, and we need to enter the two-way table into StatCrunch. The first column will contain the categories for survival status. The passengers either survived or died. The second, third, and fourth columns contain the number of first-class, second-class, and third-class passengers who survived and died. To perform the chi-square test for independence, go to Stat, Tables, Contingency, with Summary. Then we will select the first-class, second-class, and third-class columns. Remember that to select more than one column, you need to hold down the Control button on your keyboard. Next, we select the column containing the row labels, which is survival status. If you want to see the expected counts, select expected count and then press compute to perform the chi-square test for independence. In this case, we obtain a test statistic of 133.05 and a p-value which is less than 0.0001. This p-value indicates that the differences in survival rates of first-class, second-class, and third-class passengers is statistically significant. In the second example, we consider a data set on the HPV vaccine Gardasil and perform a chi-square test for independence to see whether or not there is a statistically significant association between race and whether or not individuals complete the three-shot sequence required by the vaccine. To perform this test, go to Stat, Tables, Contingency, with Data. The column variable will be the explanatory variable, race, and the row variable will be whether or not they completed the three-shot sequence. If you want to see the expected counts, select expected count, and then press compute to perform the chi-square test for independence. In this case, we obtain a test statistic of 27.11 and a p-value which is less than 0.0001. This small p-value indicates that the differences in the completion rates by race are statistically significant.